my catamaran. Come sail with me on my catamaran. The sun, the moon, the stars, a place so heavenly, where little children play, strumming on their guitars. Paradise, paradise, paradise. Come sail with me on my catamaran. Come sail with me on my catamaran. Where love and romance seems to grow each time you smile. You see the magic glow within your eyes, the Polynesian way. Paradise, paradise, paradise. We can ride the rainbow. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can see the sunshine. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can drink the breezes. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can ride the rainbow. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Paradise, paradise, paradise. Come sail with me on my catamaran. Come sail with me on my catamaran. Where love and romance seems to grow each time you smile. You'll see the magic glow deep within your eyes, the Polynesian way. You'll find loveliness when you smile, sweet caress paradise. So much more you will see in your eyes, magical paradise.
Oh, wow, that was quick. All right. Howdy and aloha, everybody. This is James with Montauk. Oh, the lighting is just really kind of bad. Anyway, thank you for being here on Montauk. If you looked at the titles, you'll definitely notice that it's pretty simple. You know, is it time to be dissident and have some subversionary backbone? I think so. I think so. Because I believe you guys, you know, we deserve our anonymity, our privacy. We deserve our freedoms. You know, your inalienable rights. Yeah, most assuredly, it would be that time. What's interesting is not too long ago, there were a few protests, as a matter of fact. There was actually a big one a while ago, January 8th, 2020, which most people don't even realize happened. Right before COVID hit, right? And I'll show you the pic here. Hopefully it'll come up. Yeah. There was a gigantic strike, right? This hat never works perfect. But it's one of my favorite hats. And that's crooked as hell. But 250 million people. Thank you, RB. Good seeing you, buddy. 250 million people. Just before COVID started to threaten. Yeah, just hopefully he's following on. Thank you, RB. Worldvaccinepoll.com. That's good to go to. Thank you. Oh gosh, this is getting loud. Okay. But anyway, yeah, there's a lot of information out there. But let's look at China. I mean, here's what happened here is 250 million people, right? January 13th, 2020, just before COVID started to become something, India says, let's have a general strike. They're sick of the bullshit, right? They're just tired of it. They're like, I'm done. We're tired of being slaves and peasants and slaves and being meek and malleable and obedient, right? And then next in line, you had, you had Hong Kong, right? Where is it? Right there. Boop, boop. You had Hong Kong, right there. Hong Kong's largest protest in the history, mass protest. They were sick of it. They were tired. That was June 2019. People were fucking pissed. They were going crazy. They were bummed. They were like, no, we're done. We're done. Right? Massive protest. Yellowbacks were just starting to grow everywhere. The 99% had had it. We were really starting. Here in the United States, as usual, you know, as long as you got your Xbox, right? As long as you can, you know, you got your PlayStation, your Xbox, as long as you can get by, everything's good enough. We're just so easily, it's kind of sad, but we're very, I guess, submissive. We succumb to everything, right? I mean, and the list goes on and on and on of all these massive protests all over the place. And we're starting to get bigger and larger. And they were starting to actually move and turn the heads of their supposed public servants who still to this day don't give a shit about it. They claim that they do. Right? We're going to put you on lockdown because we fucking care about you so much. Right? We're going to make a mandatory vaccine or find a way to get it fucking into you because they care about you so much. They care. Right?
this crowd is trying to disable
They
one
give
of the
billions and
security
trillions
cameras that
to
have been
the
put up here as
corporate
kind of an
elite,
experimental
predator
operation
class,
to start
constantly.
increasing surveillance in
just
this part of Hong Kong.
Never stop.
The ones on the
Now Big
outside
Pharma
are
wants a
basically
piece of the pie,
there to form a
where the
human
military-industrial
wall to protect the
complex once
identities
used to.
of the people that are
Or still does,
actually
as a
up
matter
at the post, breaking open these cameras, getting
Big
into the
Pharma's
guts
probably
and
going,
ripping them out.
what do we need to do with a piece of that pie?
係會用一
I
啲
know.
可能噴漆將嗰個 camera
Let's
噴
create
走咗啦。
a virus,
咁如果一啲 camera 好高
spread
嘅
it
時
all
候
over
咧，
the
我哋可
world.
能會用一啲強光。
and then we'll tout the
Protesters in
vaccine
Hong
that
Kong
we
fear
can't
they're
be
being
held
watched
accountable
and
for
tracked when on the streets, and just showing up may
Right?
expose them to
They're
retaliation from the
indemnified
government.
from any
More than
liability.
1,000 people have been arrested since the
All vaccine
pro-democracy
companies, by the way, are
protests
this
against
way. It's
China's
just-
growing control over
fucking
Hong
amazing to
Kong
me.
started in June.
You might
So
be
if your
doing something
leg
that you
falls
think is
off or your
perfectly
eye
fine
drops
right
out of your
now,
head,
but then later you
or
might
you
be charged
have
based
autism, or
on
you
camera
become
footage,
sterile,
based on geolocation data
or
from
you
mobile phone,
develop
and
side
so on.
effects or conditions.
Lachman Choi researches personal
could
data protection and digital security
severely
in Hong
cause
Kong.
serious
He
damage
supports
to
the
your body or
pro-democracy
your brain
movement.
We don't know
or
what
whatever
kind of data
organ or
the Hong Kong
piece
law
of your body
enforcement
that
is sharing
could
with
be
the
harmed
Chinese law enforcement.
by
While
the
covering pro-democracy demonstrations in Hong Kong, we found that
aluminum
protesters
and
have
shit
developed
that's
a
inside
number
of
of
these,
tactics to protect their identities and avoid
vaccines.
detection, both online
And I'm not a
and on
super
the
anti.
streets.
I'm not an anti-vax. I'm just saying. Warp speed vaccine that just
Before the streets become
the fastest
chaotic,
vaccine ever
the
created
scene is usually pretty
took 4
calm.
years.
Some are already
4 years.
decked out
Oh
in
no, but the
protective gear
technology is
and busy
different.
on
No,
their
the technology
phones.
is like fucking
To
different.
exchange files with somebody nearby, those with
not.
iPhones use AirDrop.
AirDrop 就係比較匿名化咯，人哋唔
I'm
會
not
知
going
係
to get
邊個
into
聲
all
俾
the
你，你都唔知邊個會
statistics.
收
You
嗰
can
樣嘢。
find that out. I always
Desmond
leave
Fung
links.
has joined protests
Right?
almost every weekend since
Um,
June. He says
in
the central
regards
nervous
to,
system of this leaderless protest movement
the
is the
information that I
anonymous
provide,
encrypted
I
messaging
am just
service
telling you.
Telegram. Downloads of the
Yeah,
app in Hong
we-
Kong have
we-
soared
it's-
since the
it's
protests
time.
began.
What we're seeing here.
佢
It's
哋一啲
past
市民
time.
可能喺邊個位置見
So
到有
all
好
these
多嘅警
gigantic,
車出現
enormous
咧，佢
strikes
就
that
會
were
掃翻
happening,
喺呢
general
個
strikes,
前線嘅人
national
可以
strikes,
安全少少。
Aren't the
union
police on
strikes.
there as well, reading everything
And,
that
you know, Black Lives,
write?
any strike.
我哋有一個 term 叫捉鬼，
There's-
就係我哋
it's
咧
usually
會揾
because
下
the
嘅邊係警察，
99%
然之後會將佢踢翻出谷嘅。
Can't
Desmond
get
said
what
there are
they
ways to
need
sniff
or
out
have been
spies, but he didn't
demanding
want to share
forever.
specifics or show us the private chats on
Forever.
his phone, because sometimes these chats are about taking radical measures.
I mean, when are you going to say,
These are the most hardcore
you know,
protesters.
enough is enough and I can't
Police
take it
consider them violent and often target
you know,
them for
no, the
arrest.
movie now.
They're
I mean,
getting ready to
people
go
abuse that
up
and
to the
abuse
front
that
and actually confront
you
the
know,
police.
whatever. The
They're
word
the ones with the
progressive
most
doesn't
at
mean shit
stake
to me
in terms
anymore,
of
sorry, just-
obscuring their identity.
What was the word you were using?
Protesters aren't just worried about surveillance
time to
cameras,
become
but
a
also the
seditionist.
police's own camera crews.
To be a dissident.
Protesters worry any footage could later be used
To
as
be a
evidence against them.
Try to find you.
Subversionary.
Even your ears will be evidence to arrest.
Subversionary. To be a subversionary.
Many protesters' kits
You know,
also include this.
Be a rebel.
Laser pointers have become a thing in
If
these
there's
protests.
any time in our nation's
They are
history
used to
where we need
distract
do
the
that,
police and blind
I think
cameras.
now would be the time. I mean, just look around you. It's fucking insane. This is going to happen. Right? Everybody knows that. Right? Everybody knows this is going to happen. The picture clearly states, and it pretty much indicates what's going to happen here. And I don't think you can disagree with this. Is that in order for you to fly, and it's already happening. Qantas is already doing this. The UK is already implementing it. Fucking New Zealand, that supposedly beat the COVID, are going to be mandated where they get back, even though they beat it. New Zealand beat it, yet they're going to have a mandatory vaccine. And the vaccines aren't really truly, they won't actually stop the transmission of a virus, or the virus, or it, or the pandemic, or scandemic, or whatever the hell you want to call it. Oh my gosh, I'm about to sneeze. Okay, no. But take a look at this picture. This picture right here, it says mandatory vaccine checkpoint, baby. And they started passing out that you got to have a card. They're going to require that you have a card that you've been vaccinated properly. Because if you don't have that card, you can't go maybe to the next state, maybe to the next county. Maybe you can't get your unemployment check. Maybe you can't get maybe your kid can't go to school. Right? They just passed a fucking bill in DC, in BC, that if you are a minor at the age of 11, you can get any vaccine without the consent of your parents. That means your kid can come home and go, hey, I just got vaccinated 12 times today, Mom. Dad. Oh, that's good, honey. I'm so glad you took that upon yourself to get vaccinated. Tick, 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 tick. No. This is insanity. That is fucking heinous. That's just ridiculous. That really is happening. So if you want to be a part of anything or do whatever you need to do, and you think you're going to keep your freedoms, your rights, your anonymity, your privacy, it's disappearing. Right? Patriot Act, NDAA, Julian Assange, put it together. Right? Taking away the journalism, the NPR, Associated Press, mainstream media, they don't fucking work for you. They don't work for you, people. You are going to have the vaccine or some type of vaccine in order for you to live, to breathe. You can't exist on this fucking planet unless Big Pharma tells you to. That's the bottom line. That is what is exactly happening right now. Whether this virus or whatever the fuck it is, which I have my opinions on this, came out of a bat's ass, or somebody snuck it out of a lab, or maybe some guy was, oh my God, you know what, I just happen to have a fucking syringe full of virus and it just got stuck to my pants, and there you go. It was an accident. No. Do the math. It's like $56 billion that our tax dollars are going to pay for this vaccine. No, you don't have to pay for it. You don't have to. Yeah, eventually you're going to pay for it. And they're going to make damn sure you pay for it. Up front, no upfront cost. You're good. But I'm telling you, there's a fucking reach around. Isn't there always a reach around? I mean, don't you always get hosed in the end? Right? This is why, that's why they had strikes. That's why these people had a 250 million person strike in India right before this thing started. That's why China had their fucking giant protests, because they got it. They're tired of being meek, malleable, obedient, subservient to the predator class. They get it. You know what? I hear this. This is what I hear. This is what I hear all the time. If we just follow the rules and do what we're supposed to do, we're gonna be fine, man. If just wear a mask, bro. Just stay in your house. It's after this, we're gonna be fine. They're gonna let us out. No, they're not. They've got this planned for years. They've got this fucking planned for years. This is not the new norm. If you want to go buy a bikini with a matching fucking face mask, be my guest. Right? If you want to buy a suit with a matching lapel and a face mask, be my fucking guest. But this is not fucking normal. This is not normal. This is not the new norm. Stop accepting this as the new norm. These people protest because of it. Now they can't. I wonder why. I wonder why they're not outside right now protesting and continue, because nothing happened. They're still being oppressed. They're still being subjugated. They still have shitty wages. They're still slaves. Event 201 happened. Simulation of exactly what's happening now with Bill Gates and all his buddies from the World Economic Forum, fucking BlackRock, Big Pharma, everybody was there, mainstream media, and social media gurus. They're all fucking there. And they planned this out, and then they executed it. They said, let's fucking do it. We got it down, let's do it. And boom, here we are. Right? Go outside. Right? Possible, Ben. Look, you're scared. People are scared to go out. How many strikes do you think would be happening right now because of this election? How many strikes do you think would have been happening because of supposedly Bernie got screwed, which he didn't? He was part of the fucking plan since 2016. And if you think differently, then you're not paying attention. So it's okay for Black Lives Matter to go out there and just protest the fuck out of every single day during a national pandemic. But as soon as Sturgis happens, and there's thousands of people in a bike rally, that's bad. Right? The double standards, the hypocrisy is just continuous. People, they want you to stay at home. They don't want you to fucking come together to protest against shit that hasn't happened for you for years and years and years. For decades. I mean, it's pretty simple, people. It's pretty fucking simple. Right? I mean, here. Right here. I want you guys to take a look at this cartoon. Okay? Take a look at this cartoon. This cartoon is 80 years old. Over 80 years old. Right? And what it says at the top, if you can't read it, which I'll read it for you. This comic is over 80 years old, and yet you don't have to change a thing about it. It's every bit as relevant today as the day it was drawn. And what does it show? Healthcare, the arts, education, science. I mean, now it's, everything else. College. I mean, all this. And who gets the big piece of the pie? The military-industrial complex. And all the money and all the steaks and all the lobster is still going to the warmongers. But like I said, guess who's at that table now? Guess who's at that table? Guess who's sitting at that table? Big Pharma, baby. Big Pharma wants a fucking piece of that. And they're getting it. There's a lot of money invested in this for it to carry through and keep going. There's tons of money. You can see it. What you should be doing is definitely going to my blog. It has a lot of people that are covering this diligently, 24/7, 365. So what I'm saying is, what the fuck have the parties done for you? Right? Seriously, what the fuck have the parties been? What has every single party, especially the Dumbo Cants and the Republicans, what have they done for you guys? What has the Green Party ever fucking done for you? Right? What has the Libertarian Party really ever done for you? The 99%, the people, not the predator class. Okay, the predator class, the corporations, the corporate elite 1%, they get what they did. They always get everything. Don't they? They get everything. What do they don't get? Tell me what they don't get. Just give me something they never got, that they didn't demand. Give me one thing they didn't get. I'll wait. Now give me what you haven't gotten. Tell me what you haven't gotten. Right? Tell me. Everything. We as a people, as the U.S. voting republic, no longer have any influence over our legislators, our judiciaries, and our executives. If you think, Jimmy Dore, you're going to go out there and say, hey, Nancy, stop being a piece of shit. Hey, McConnell, stop being a piece of shit. Hey, Biden, stop being a fucking idiot. Okay. Hey, Donald, stop being a fucking misogynistic, narcissistic, fucking prima donna, whatever the fuck he is. You know, stop being, just, they're not going to listen to you. They don't listen to you. The people they started listening to were the people that went out in the masses. They went out there and they said, you know what, let's come together and get rid of these fuckers. Because they're not doing shit for us. They're not doing dick. They're doing nothing. Nothing at all. This is why it is that time. I've been saying we're at the precipice. I mean, we're not at the precipice. We're not just at the pinnacle. We're like, you know, the only thing that's keeping us up from going over the cliff as the U.S. voting republic is the wind. And they'll turn that off if you let them. That big fan, yeah, who runs that big fan? They do, not you. That's the only thing keeping you from falling off that cliff, is that wind coming up the side of that cliff. As soon as they turn off that fan, you're gone. What we need to do is come together. We need to always question authority on any level, any source, any position. You want the data. You want the facts. You want the exact source. Look, nothing's happened. What has fucking changed? Look at healthcare still sitting there 80 years ago. Still sitting there. People are still being wrecked. They're still being screwed. And now they're getting desperate. Now they're getting freaking desperate. You know what? I put in laughing my fucking ass off. Fuck no, and fuck you and your fucking vaccine. Would you be willing to get a COVID vaccine in exchange for $1,500 stimulus check? What if that's what they're going to do? Make you so desperate, especially the poor, the working, hunger, striving, in complete disarray and absolute dire straits poor. They probably have they're so fucking desperate right now. A lot of them are saying, fucking poke me, bro. I'll take the $1,500 because I'm living under an overpass. Poke me, bro, because I just lost everything I have so I can feed my family. Poke me, bro, because I'm in this 25-mile long, 3,000 car caravan trying to get fucking food for the day. So you'll be desperate enough to take that fucking shit. Right? Tell me, look, I gotta say, it's brilliant. I mean, when I watched Bobby Fischer, the movie, remember, I don't know if Searching for Bobby Fischer or something like that. I remember that movie. That was a great movie. When I watch like brilliant types of movies, of like brilliant types of things, I really enjoy the brilliance of a lot of people out there. But I gotta tell you, I'm really, really impressed with the way these fuckers have been manipulating and controlling the masses for so fucking long. And look, it's not old. It's not old. You know, and I think I've said this a few times, but when I was at Orange Coast College, I was taking a few classes, and my favorite class was this marketing class. And I'll never forget, and the lady said, what's the longest running marketing campaign and the most successful marketing campaign in the history of the world? And I swear to God, I almost said it the same time she did. I almost said it, but I didn't want to, piss off anybody in the class. She said the Bible. Oh, yeah, turn it off. Jim's already fucking with religion. Look, there's plenty to choose from. Pick whatever one you want. But those books were written by slaves of the 1%. Those books were written by slaves of the 1%. So who edited them? Who looked over them to see what was written, what was supposed to be said? Did it come from some divine person? From some man in the sky, or whatever it came from? Is that where it came from? Is that really where it came from? I mean, I haven't seen that guy yet, or that girl, or that person, or that entity, and I don't know if anything like that really exists. But right now, they're using marketing tools, man. Divide and conquer, divide and conquer, to divide and conquer. It is just so apparent, right? I mean, I just got to say, I've just seen so many people just not even bring up this very, 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 very obvious observation. We're all getting played like fucking ukuleles, right? Just totally. We're all getting fucking played. I mean, if you think you're not, Mark Twain. I think it was Mark Twain. It is harder to prove to somebody they've been fooled than it is to fool them. It is. It's hard to prove to you. I can only say so much, but just follow the way it is. We'll get through this. This is, we just got to follow what they're telling us because that's worked out, right? That's worked out. There's nobody out in the streets dying from fucking hunger, right? There's no bombings. There's no people being blown up every fucking day by the bombs that we make through the military industrial complex. No, that's not happening, right? They're not feeding us crap and shit and processed foods and Monsanto and destroying our soil. That's not happening. That's not happening. All things bright and beautiful. All things bright and beautiful. Anyway. It's just what? What? The protests happened because people were fed up. The protests, the dissidents, the bravery, the rebellionism happened because they're fuck you, you fucking fucks, and we're sick of your shit, right? We're sick of this shit. We're sick of this. No. But the fear, that's a good plan, universal basic income, because, okay, I'll get to that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this quick rant, and I'm gonna get off, and I'm gonna come back on a little bit with Stevie. But it's the fear that's always been their biggest tool, man. I mean, just go back in time, look at the history. Okay, the Russians are coming to get us, the fucking Vietnamese are coming to get us, North Korea's coming to get us, Saddam Hussein's coming to get us, terrorists, ISIS coming to get us, Yemen's coming to, Syria's coming to get us. Now Iran's definitely coming to get us, right? Right? Everybody's coming to get us, so let's go fucking bomb them. To outfit a soldier in the time of war takes about, I think it's close to about $37,000 for all the gear. Just for his gear. Now you miss a piece here or there. And there's a lot of people out there. You know, you prepare them for war. It costs money. Those bombs cost money. Right? The transportation vehicles to drop those bombs cost money. You know, a toilet seat that's $12,000 costs money. Right? I remember when I was in the Navy, there was something that Bill Clinton was doing where he was trying to make it cheaper, but it didn't really work out. Because we were getting products from contractors that were selling like a bottle of Lysol so we can clean the toilets. I think it was costing us like $58. And for us to save money, my chief petty officer would just go, "Hey, Jimmy, go down to the fucking store, get a bottle of Lysol." It's like $1.49 at the time. There are things happening that I've done a ton of research on. And it's all connected. It's all connected. There's a process, there's an agenda, there's a motivation, and the motivation is this: money, power, control. Money, power, control. And it's to them, it's, you know, they fucking get off on it. These people are so sick. They're so sick. Their minds are so sick. You know, they don't care if their son or their daughter 10 or 15 years from now can't go bathe in the ocean because Fukushima is still spilling out 40,000 barrels of fucking radiant cesium-133 water every fucking day. And islands as big as Texas have doubled. They're about 30 feet by the size of Texas twice, that are spinning around in the ocean full of plastic and bottles and crap, and fish are dying, and microscopic plastics from our tires and our bottles and our waste everywhere. Glue. What happens to glue when it breaks up? It trickles off and goes into the river. And then after it goes into the river, it goes in the ocean. We're fucking up this planet so bad. Really bad. And they don't care about that. As long as they're making their money and they get to cruise around and they get their big yachts and they get their big houses and they still get to, you know, they just make their bets. I bet you we can get them. I'll bet you $1, right? Like the movie Trading Places with Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy. Those two rich guys, the Dukes, right? You got to look it up. I'll bet you $1 I can turn this guy that's super rich and Harvard graduate attorney into a bum, and I can turn this bum into a Harvard grad. And they just bet $1 because they thought it was fun. That's them. That's who they are. And then there's a little struggle for power and dominance between them. And then they go to the G20, the G7s, Bilderbergs, okay, the UN meetings. They all meet up. And they all talk about how they're going to control their masses. And that's you. How they're going to stop you from protesting. How they're going to put fear in your hearts and your minds so they can continue to subjugate you, continue to control you. They don't stop. They're not going to fucking stop. We have to stop them. Yes, it is time to be a rebel. It is time to be a subversionary. It is time to be dissident. It is time to go against the grain. Absolutely. Absolutely. Look, there are people out there that are still making $8.75 a fucking hour. What's the minimum wage right now? $7.75? Minimum wage hasn't been raised in fucking over 11 years. That's an accident? That's just an accident? Right? That's planned. The level of income inequality has skyrocketed in the past 8 to 9 months, going on 10 months, has skyrocketed exponentially. It used to be just a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. It was like 150, then 300%. Now it's like 800. Now it's going to be 1,000%. And it's just more and more and more. Who's making money during the lockdowns? Amazon, baby. Who's making money from this fucking vaccine? Big Pharma, baby. Right? Who's getting paid off to make sure it happens? Your public servants, baby. Because they're going to get their fucking campaign money. Right? And they're going to keep their positions. And they're going to keep getting 51% of the legislators, right there, 51% of them are millionaires. Some kind of made it that way, but some became millionaires. That's not what that fucking building is for. That's not what that's not what the Capitol is for. That's not what Congress is for. It's not to make fucking legislative billionaires. It's not. Because if they are, they need to get the fuck out of there. Take the money out of politics like it's going to happen, right? Yeah, I know. It's not going to happen overnight. I get that. But there's certain steps you can do to fucking make it happen. There's certain things you can do. You can start to pull away and start saying, you know, we're sick of the parties. We want write-in voting. That's part of what I'm doing. It'll get them to look. Right? There's so many other things we could do. Definitely out on the street. The marches need to happen. Jimmy Dore's talking about it. A lot of people. Kyle's not talking about it because Kyle, fuck you, Kyle Kalinske. I swear to God, dude. I swear to God, you have just become a sick, disgusting disappointment. God, you're such a fuck. You've turned into the people you hate. You might as well just go work for TYT and then take Chris Hayes' job. Mike Figueroa, go fucking sit in Chris Hayes' seat. You know what? Why don't you sit next to Rachel Maddow? Because that's where you're at right now. It's really sad. Right? And you still believe Bernie got fucking hosed. Oh my God. It's incredible. It's fucking incredible. But the major reason for this show, and I'm going to say it one last time, and then I'll bring it up, you know, in the future and stuff like that. We've got to get out there. So 99 at 99_March. There's simple little Twitter account. Doesn't mean you have to go there. It just means you have to do it. Right? And there doesn't have to be a day. It should be every fucking day. Right? It should be every day. People should be on the streets marching. But you won't because you're going to get in trouble because of COVID. And RB is marching in Saskatchewan tomorrow. And he's going to send a video our way. I might do that. RB, do that live with me, and then I'll have it on, and let you show that there's people out there that are saying fuck you, fuck this. No, why don't you go be a good little slave, and just stay with what they want you to do as they've always wanted you to do. To be their slave. Right? Just keep being their slave. It's just, I don't know what else to say, but it's time. It's time to get out there, people. It's just, there's just nothing else to do. Just get out there. Get out there. See, that's just bullshit. It's bullshit. Right? There's a lot of people going to make a lot of fucking money. Check my blog. When you come to my website, you'll see the blog. You'll have all the information you need on why this is bullshit. PCR tests are bullshit. The death toll numbers are bullshit. I'm not saying that the virus itself is not bullshit. It probably is bullshit. But even though this entire thing has only brought just a very, very bad place for you. I mean, can't you see that? Can't you see that? You know, they don't want you to go to Thanksgiving. They don't want you to go to Christmas. They don't want you singing Christmas songs because you'll spit on each other. For fuck's sakes. Awesome. Thanks, RB. Right? Ben, good to see you, buddy. Ben Tahoe in here, everybody. All right, I'm going to close up. I'll come back in a little bit. Or maybe not. I'm not sure. But anyway, listen. Again, go click the blog or click my links For my Facebook, my Twitter, my blog, you'll have all the information you need on what's going on out there. And there's a lot of other people that are working on this and doing a great job, which I have listed on that blog. And if you have any questions, and if you want to come on and protest what I'm talking about, and if you think those fucking protests didn't piss people off or cause a little anxiety to the predator class, it did. It fucking did. And that's what we need to do. And the reason why this fucking whole COVID shit's happened, because they wanted to stop it. Bottom line. That's it. We're going to there's a deadly virus. Everybody get in your houses. No more fucking marching. But you can if your Black Lives Matter. But not if you're a biker in Sturgis. Anyway, yeah. The redundancy. Anyway, I'm not going to keep going into that. Listen, check me out on my Twitter, on my Facebook. I'm starting a D-Live. There's a few other places. But I'm Parler, not Parlor. It's Parler. What was it? The new YouTube. The new YouTube. There's actually the new YouTube. I'm going to start on there too, and a few other places. I might start a Rockfin account, but listen, people, I don't do this for coffee cups, for selling coffee cups. I don't do this for fucking selling T-shirts. I'm not I work. I don't survive to do this. That's not why I do it. Okay? I'm trying to tell you what's happening. Right? My core has always been take care of the planet and take care of each other, and we should be fine. It's pretty simple. That's what it used to be. But they want to divide us so they can conquer us. They're doing a good job. It's impressive. I got to say it's impressive. All right. I'll stop babbling. Wait. Okay. No. Anyway. Aloha, everybody. Thank you for watching. And mahalo.